Hello everyone, it's Alex here. If you're new to my channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to click the button below, get yourself subscribed to this channel. Give a like to this video. You can leave me a comment, suggestions if you would like different topics. Every interaction on my channel encourages me to post more content. I know I kept being on and off for the last couple of years, but hey, you guys know life happens. Regardless of how we plan it, life still happens. Having said that, even today's topic, as you can see in the description, is related to my medical condition, which is multiple sclerosis, the relapsing remitting form. As of 2024, one of the consultants suggested that she can see a decline towards the secondary progressive form. I wouldn't be able to make a medical opinion about it. However, yes, I can say that I've been in decline. Things happened, things stumbled one upon the other one, and I've been going through ups and downs and flares and episodes and remissions and relapses and everything in between. And you the ones that have multiple sclerosis and follow my channel will be very familiar with that. And then we have heat waves in the summer, and then we have frosty nights in the winter, and whichever way you turn it, it's still the wrong way. However, I thought it would be helpful to share with you one of my experiences with overstimulation or overload, or when the battery is going to explode, you know, like the phone when it's getting hot and you think it's going to blow in your hands. That's what happens when too much is too much. For someone with multiple sclerosis, we frequently find ourselves in very difficult situations where we are overtaken, if I can say so, by the sound and the images and the lights around us in our life, and oftentimes we have to bear through somehow or withdraw from it, like going to the shade from the sun. Just the other week I was down in the capital city of Ireland, in Dublin, attending a wee event in an evening that's roughly 2 hours away from where I live, and I had to drive on my own up and down. Driving down was okay. However, going back up at the house, I was very exposed to night lights driving, to flashing lights, to all lights possible and impossible, to the fatigue of looking at the same road, a long line on the motorway of cars, all with the lights in full blim. It was nighttime. During that small wee event, they turned on a video. It was like a cinematic video presentation, and I think my brain afterwards was not happy with the sound of it, and the fact that the screen was quite close to us. I wasn't aware, like I wasn't fully cautious, because I was like, ah, sure, I've been to cinemas before. Well, somehow everything, one on top of another, didn't agree with me, and so I had a 2 hours drive in to the event. Then in there it was another 2 hours trying to engage with whatever was happening there. It was very much of my interest. However, the way the presentation was organized, it involved a bit of videos, presentations, cinematic with a big screen and the sounding of a cinema. And then I had to drive back very late at night. It was dark already. a long drive, long road, the motorway full of cars with all the lights, full night lights. And it was when I got home and I turned off the lights and I was in bed in my pajamas, everything in my head felt like a pressure. It was a wheezing in my ears. I felt kind of dizzy. My head felt like it's going to explode. All I wanted to do is close my eyes, and I could hear the wheezing and noise in the ears, and uh, overall it was very unpleasant, very uncomfortable. I felt very, very overstimulated about the activity in that evening. It was a couple of hours, but look at, we're exposed to that every day of our life. However, for me, it turned out being way too much. And I know, I'm very well aware it's due to my diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, as everybody else seemed to be enjoying themselves and enjoying everything. And I was very, very tired on the way back home. I regretted going in, and I was booked in for another event and I avoided going because I just didn't want it to go through the same ordeal. It's just everything was too much for my brain, too much for my body. It was just a night out for someone else. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you. And maybe I'll see your experiences in the comments. I keep encouraging you to share your thoughts and share your take, whether you are going through an MS diagnosis or you have a known or a loved one that is going through and you have noticed similarities. Yes, overstimulation and brain overload will be something specific to patients with multiple sclerosis. It mightn't happen at the beginning of the diagnosis, but as we go down ahead, not down, ahead in life, yes, we are challenged by this very, very heavy and uncomfortable feeling when everything, it's, I live on a daily basis. I do things on my day-to-day basis, but the way everything was accumulated on a first gear speed in my brain, on my eyes seen so many images, were recording roughly 24 images per second. So you can imagine I've seen a lot. For a bunch of hours. I was very, very tired. Maybe the driving as well didn't help because I had to focus on the way in and back. And I drive for a good number of years, and I've never had a I've never had a traffic event, unfortunate event, but it was very challenging and very overloading for me, so much that it kept me away from attending the next event that I was booked in for. So to somewhat extent, it keeps us away from things that we would love otherwise. And not only that, I needed 2 or 3 days to recover from that. I had migraines and dizziness and constant need of hiding away from light and wearing all the glasses that I have around the house. And I remember one of the other days following that night, one neighbor asked for something. They were at the door, and when I opened, I just couldn't look at them. And it was nothing. Cloudy day, a classic Irish day. If there's no clouds, then it's something climate changing. However, even though it was a cloudy day, the minute I opened the door, the light, somehow it was too much for my eyes, for my brain to take. I was still over stimulated and overloaded to all extent. So yes, noise, lightning, lights of all colors, of all kinds, um, day and night, and activities that we would rather enjoy would take a toll on us at times, and they will create this overstimulation that it's very, very heavy for a patient with multiple sclerosis. I hope this experience shared, at least to the point of you feeling, ah, sure, it happens to somebody else as well. Or if it didn't happen to you yet, it's something that you have to be aware of. You might experience it at some moment in time. You get the headaches, migraines, dizziness, ringing in the ears. You won't be able to focus or concentrate. Maybe you want to read something. Maybe you have things you have to focus on in your day-to-day life. That will be a challenge. Once you do get overstimulated, there is no way to snooze it off, to resume it. You'll kind of have to give it its time. No matter how much paracetamol, ibuprofen, anything you'll get, it's just not going to take the load that the brain has. It kind of needs a break. You have to bear through those days. And yeah, that was me for this evening. I will try to record a video in Romanian language as well, so I'll have both languages posted for both audiences. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to subscribe. May God bless us all, and see us all in the next video.